Assalamualaikum and welcome dear students of class 8th. I am your English teacher again here with the new chapter, that is prose number 1 of your English course book, that is how teachers learn. Let's move towards the lesson. First of all, you can look at your books. There's written, there can be no doubt about the fact that children are taught by their teachers, but there are occasions when teachers are taught certain things by the children or the situations arising out while dealing with the children. So let us move what the chapter is about. In this chapter, the narrator explains how he learned about a child's learning process from a 5-year-old girl named Nora. The narrator, who is a teacher, says he learned from Nora about the things children do and the problems children face while learning to read. Nora was a 5-year-old daughter of the family. The author was visiting over a weekend. She came to the teacher to seek his help in reading a book, and the name of the book was Hop and Pop. In due course, the narrator found that though Nora was a bright child, yet she found certain difficult words. An odd thing happened with Nora. She misread a word she had correctly read earlier. She repeated this mistake a number of times. The teacher was puzzled and annoyed as he thought that Nora was being careless. But then the narrator remembered a learning experiment he had done years ago. He says that once he took a sheet of printed paper in some Indian language and tried to find the words that were repeated on the page. It was surprisingly difficult. The page looked nothing but a jumble of strange shapes. Then he understood that for a child, learning process is quite hard. It takes a child some time to get used to new words and to see at a glance the similarities and differences. So, the narrator understood that it is not only the children but also the teachers who are confronted with so many problems while reading or learning. So, it is we can take out from this that we readers have the expert's eye for significant detail the children does not have. So in the same way, while the some experience popped into the mind of the narrator, that he had an experience in some he had found some Indian language and he wanted to see the repeated words there and he was so much confused. The same happens with the children. In the same way, it takes child some time to get used to shapes of letters and words to point where he can see at a glance that this verse is like that word and this other word altogether different. So we must give them plenty of time and not be surprised or upset by what looks like slowness or stupid mistakes. When a child, having looked for a long time at two words on a page without seeing that they are the same, suddenly exclaims, "Oh, I see, they are the same. We must not think that what he has done is trivial, is something strange. We must realize that the child has made a real and important discovery. And you must have heard about unlettered homes. Unlettered means the parents of who the children who are illiterate. Unlettered homes, who are not educated, who are illiterate, they are at a disadvantage as they lack the familiarity with the shapes of words and letters. So those students or those children must be given time to get and familiar with the look of words and letters. It is therefore necessary that a teacher must try to see things through the eyes of the child. The narrator is of the opinion that child's formal instruction should begin only after he has been given ample time to be familiar with the shapes of letters and words. One of the reasons why children from illiterate homes are at disadvantage, I have told you earlier, because they have no familiarity with the shapes of words and letters from the beginning of learning. So this is all what the chapter is about. So teachers sometimes learn from the children. So if we see in that, teachers of class 8 like me teach you same course every year. Like English, I teach every year English. As I have been used to this for years, I automatically memorize the answers of all the chapters. If we talk of few people, every year new students are promoted to 8th class and they have to read the same English book just once. So they are not able to really memorize all the lessons all together at a once. So good teachers are those who always watch out to improve, to help students improve. The 8th grade questions are planned by the teacher beforehand, whereas skill levels and subject choice are used by the teacher to come up with ideal question set. Using real life teaching experiences, the teachers help others to use such knowledge. More and more teachers sharing their question plans will help the 8th grade students to prepare and score better grades. So whenever we teachers will start on something new thing, we must first understand, or we must go to the mental level of a student. That is the real teaching method. So this was about your chapter, that is how teachers learn. There is glossary given, you can go through it, and also you will go through the lesson by yourself.